as we get ready for our practice, reminding you, breathe the breath of life. Breathe at least twice as deep as you normally do, in and out through your nose. Let's begin by stretching. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers, pointing over the top of your head. As you inhale, pull the hands, interlace your fingers, Judy. Ralph, look around the room, Ralph. As you inhale, pull the arms away from the head, stretching, but push your heels into the mat. Maybe lift your butt about an inch off the mat. As you inhale, do that. And then as you settle back down, your shoulders can squirm a little side to side to a longer U. And try that. You could probably only do it about 4 times, and you won't get any longer. But if you inhale, lift the butt, and then as you come down, just try to get the shoulders into a longer U. Straighten your legs, Ralph. As you inhale, stretch. Lift your butt off the mat about a ½ inch and squirm the shoulders to a longer U. One more attempt works for me. Leave the arms overhead after your last attempt. Split the hands, though. Split the hands. Just leave the arms overhead. Bend your knees. Step your feet up to the mat. Inhale, lift the butt. Exhale, lower the butt. Arch pose. So get a nice rhythm going. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. You can release the hands. You can release the hands. When you have a rhythm going, whenever you're ready, of course, we're going to move the arms in. Inhale, butt comes up. Both arms come overhead. Exhale, butt comes down. Both arms come back down to the side body. Continue matching the breath with the movement. Arch pose with moving arms. Breathing in and out through the nose, twice as deep as you normally breathe. And those of you who've passed Breathing University, that handout I gave you, I'm sure you're easily breathing 3 times, even going to 4 times as deep as you normally breathe. Let's do 3 more. Arch pose. Did I go over your breathing? You graduate? I'll try to remember that. I have such a poor memory sometimes. As you do these last few, you can visualize the spider pose. And I'm hoping someone in the front row remembers spider pose. I'll have to be descriptive. It looks like Donna got in the back row. Bring both of your feet up to the heavens. Lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Grab up near the ankles as high as you can. And spread the feet wide enough so you can rotate them 5 or 6 times in one direction. And then rotate the feet. Rotate the ankles 5 or 6 times in the other direction. Breath continues. I think that's 5 and 5. Go ahead and just spread all 10 toes. Spread the toes, point the toes, crimp the toes. Give me a few more breaths. I'm hoping for 3 more deep breaths as you bring that entire intelligence of the universe, right? The entire cosmic consciousness goes into wherever you put your mind, yoga believes. When you're ready, release the head and shoulders back down to the mat. Bend the knees. Step the feet up on the mat. Knees are bent, feet are on the mat. Bring your arms out like wings. Everybody look to the right. Oh, never mind. She's not coming in the room. Bring either ankle on top of the knee. And when you're ready, reach through with both hands. Grab the back of the thigh that holds the legs and bring it on up. Breathing into the hip. Breathing into the hip. So this is the same beginning that we had last class. There's a little bit of uniqueness in it, and I decided to keep this same beginning. If you were here last class, some of these may seem familiar to you. You should have a block under your head, not now, but when you rest at the end of class. And you should have a block or a towel, maybe this high. So breathing into the hip for a few more moments works for me. Okay, let's see if I can get Ralph on the same page. Now, when you're ready, leave the ankle on the knee. Set the foot right back down where you started. Release the hands. Same ankles on the knee. Bring the arms out like wings. Exhale, lower both legs to the same side of the mat. Leave the ankle on the knee. Leave the ankle on the knee. Inhale, bring the legs to center. Exhale, lower the legs to the other side. Turn your head the opposite direction. The knees are dropping. And check in with the breath. So you can set the foot down if you want. The foot would go right here. And then rotate from there. The head turns the opposite way. The knees are dropping. These are moving spinal twists. As you turn the head from side to side, you're stimulating the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland of the throat, which regulates your metabolism. So yoga is not only about helping you find out who you really are and experience union with your creator, but it's also about bringing youthfulness back to all the systems of the body, including the most important, the spine. Everybody should be walking around with a 20-year-old spine. Yoga helps reverse the aging process, bringing back the resiliency of the cartilage, the disc between the vertebrae, and getting rid of the calcification that starts when you're 35. When you're ready, release. Release. Bring both feet to the mat. Bring the other ankle to the knee. Reach through with both hands, grab the back of the thigh that holds that ankle, and breathe into that hip. Breath continues nice and deep. So as we get older, you guys all have heard this many times, the energy becomes impinged as the vertebrae begin closing in on each other with something called gravity and aging. It can upset portions and systems of the body. If somebody says they have an issue with their lungs, there's no reason why you can't work with the vertebrae that correspond to the lungs and maybe see some improvement. Maybe they're not getting enough energy to that area as everything comes off the spine. Give me a few more deep breaths. And let's leave the ankle where it is and set the foot back down where you started. Release the hands. Bring the arms out like wings. Let's do some more moving spinal twists. Exhale, lower the knees to either side of the mat or the legs. Inhale, bring the legs back to center. Exhale, lower the legs the other side. Head turns the opposite direction. The knees are dropping. The breath continues. And let's do two more. Arms are out like wings. When you're ready, you can release to center and hug in the knees. So you hug the knees in if you've been twisting the spine, or moving it sideways or backward or forward. Today, though, let's do a counter pose with wide angle. If you can see me, the legs are wide. My head and shoulders are off the mat. I'm grabbing behind the kneecaps, and let's spread all 10 toes. So just give me a few breaths here. So this is a perfect picture to put on YouTube, right? For the whole world to see. Isn't that amazing? Let's now uncurl the toes and unspread the toes, bend the knees. See if you can get your 2 fingers, right? The first 2 fingers of the hands on the big toes, and bring them on out again. Hanging out here. Maybe get the legs straight if you can. You can turn the head a little side to side. You can rock it back a little too, if it works for you. 7, 8, 9. When you're ready, release the head and shoulders back down to the mat. Bend the knees and take a moment's rest. So we'll do one more. Release. Take a moment. Knees are still bent. Bring your hands, arms to the side body, palms down. Bring your right leg, make sure it's your right leg, straight up to the heavens. And then lift your butt up off the mat and hold there. Leave it off the mat, leave it there as you breathe. A little strengthening, right? We've got 70 sets of muscles that go up and down the spine. As you strengthen those muscles, the vertebrae will stay in place. Ask any chiropractor. It certainly is better for that. So Maggie, this is her first time here. Let's see how many friends she can make. Maggie, how much longer should we stay up like this? Maggie says 2 more minutes. When you're ready, release down. But in just a minute, cross the right leg over the left leg. And cross it in such a way that if you were wearing a mini skirt, all the way deep. And then lower both legs to the left side of the mat. Bring your left hand on top of the top knee. Bring your right arm out like a wing. Turn your head to the right and bring in the breath. Very nice. Except Lynn didn't catch any of it. Very nice, except you didn't catch any of it. Breathing here. Maggie, everybody gets that same opportunity when they come into the class the first time. That's why I like an interactive class, right? We can joke around a little bit, right?
I mean, we can bark at you.
You can bark. You've done plenty of it already. You've done plenty of it already. When you're ready, release to center. Bend the legs, step the feet on the mat. Last one. Bring the left leg up to the heavens. Bring the hands to the side body. You don't have to bring them out like wings. When you're ready, the right foot's on the mat, Ralph. Lift the butt. Lift the butt. Keep it up there. See if you can straighten the leg. Breathing here. Face is soft, right? All 70 muscles of the face. Nice and soft as you strengthen. So yoga is the best thing you can do for your body with the least amount of effort, but there is a little effort, right? A little bit of effort. A little strengthening, a little bone density, right? A little weight bearing. Give me 3, 2, releasing down. Cross the left leg over the right, nice and deep. Move both legs to the right side of the mat. Maybe bring the right hand on top of that closest knee, anchoring the legs down to the right. Head turns to the left. Left arm out like a wing if it works for you. There you go. You see, you have an intuition. You knew I was going to move that hand. Anchoring those legs down. Good. So that's a nice shirt, Bud. Bud's got his Yoga on the Oracle shirt. And this summer, in 5.5 months, we'll have a brand new shirt, Yoga on the Pine Canyon in Wilcox. So Robin, you were at the Lemon, right? This one's much nicer. Plus they got food. When you're ready, release and hug your knees in. Hug in the knees. I would close my eyes because we're going to take a break before the next sequence. By the way, today we'll be doing the splits. Today we'll be doing the splits. Oh, Brenda wore her jeans today. She didn't have time to change. You'll do as best you can. So go ahead and let the legs go straight, just like you started. Relax. Shut the eyes down. Take a few moments before we move into your next sequence. So you can begin visualizing how you're going to maneuver your wonderfully made body to a seated position. You're going to need your block and you're going to need your strap. You don't? Anybody not get something? What do you guys need? Who needs a block? Okay, Lori, why don't you do the strap? Nobody needs a block? Why don't you give her the straps? All right, here we go. Cow's head. Cow's head. Come on up, Ralph. Join us. Your legs are bent. Knees are bent. Bend your right leg. Pull it underneath the left. Bring the right foot to the left buttocks. Or better yet, the right knee now is lined up with the belly button. So pull it. That right knee's got to be lined up with the belly button. Can you? Okay. And when you're ready, see if you can stack the knees on top of each other. And the block goes under your right butt cheek. But not everyone. Some of you may be able to find a position where you're straight up and down without the block. It depends on your hips and your anatomy. So this is cow's head. I'd put the block under your right butt cheek. So we're waiting a moment here while everybody settles in. Is that comfortable, Norman?
Okay. Not great.
That's it. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Let's stretch a moment. As you inhale, you're lifting out. So this is a hip opener, this seated pose, but we're going to be doing all movements of the spine. We're going to be moving the spine 7 ways, and that's what brings youthfulness back. Give me one more inhale, one more stretch. And then take either hand down near the hip. Find a lateral bend, a side bend to your side of choice. The block goes under the right butt cheek, Ralph. You've got it over on the left. So about 5 exhales. Try to break the back at the heart. You'll notice later that's really the only way to do it from a seated position. Then switch hands and go the other way, right? Exhaling down the other way. And releasing back up to center. Take either hand to the top knee. Other hand goes behind you. Inhale, sit up tall as you push that back hand into the mat. Exhale, twist toward the back hand. Next exhale, twist a little more. Try to look behind you as you hold the pose. Good. And breathe deeply as that diaphragm, if you're breathing, is massaging your liver, your kidneys, your spleen. That's how yoga will help you physiologically. It's one of the thousands of benefits from a yoga practice. You can release back out the front. Take your other hand to the front top knee. I didn't say release the legs. And take the hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist the other way. So one way is easier if you go into the right. You can get a little more depth on the twist. And give me a couple more breaths. So we've stretched, we've moved sideways, we've twisted the spine. And when you're ready, you can begin to release out of the twist. Now we'll go forward. Hands can come on the mat. Release the head. As you exhale, the hands can walk forward a little at a time, finding a little forward bend. Good. Each time you exhale, you'll have to figure out how you want to put the head, whether you want to turn the cheek to the knee area or whether the chin will go in front of the leg. It depends on how you feel. Make sure you're breathing. The breath's been with you your whole life. We're using it to open up your body again, right? I need 2 more, maybe 3 more deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can begin releasing out. Hands go behind you now. Hands go behind you. Fingers pointing away. You can stay on the fingertips or not, but lay the head back. Open the heart. As you inhale through the heart, you can feel the arch of the back. Now lay the head back one more time. Turn his head side to side. And give me 2 more deep inhales into the heart. We're coming out. Got one more. When you're ready, release. Release. Grab your strap. The full expression of cow's head, right? Your left leg's on top, so the strap's in your right hand. Do you need a strap? Here. Strap goes in the right hand behind your back. Drop your right hand, Rose, down the back, opening up the armpit. Left hand comes underneath and behind, and walk both hands together as far as you possibly can. When you can go no further, the head looks straight ahead, the heart opens, the breath comes in, that back of the head pushing on the right wrist, and then breathing here nice and deep for about 5 breaths. 3, 2, Ralph doesn't have a strap. And releasing when you're ready, and with great enthusiasm and gracefulness, see if you can find the legs on the other side. Ralph, you don't have a strap. Now you do. Switch legs. Now, the left leg will bend underneath the right, pulling the left foot over by the right buttocks, bringing the left knee to the belly button. Now the right leg comes across, the knees are stacking, and now the block goes underneath the left butt cheek as you find cow's head. Now I can walk around barking since you've been through this, and maybe even helping Ralph. When you're ready, interlace the fingers. You can look straight ahead or lay the head back. Stretch. This foot goes over there. No, I didn't say this thing moves. This foot goes over there. Yeah. Get up on there. Now that's it. Just leave there, stay there and stretch. Can you stretch? Oh, it's under the left butt cheek. This goes under the left now. Lift. When you're ready, take a side bend. Sorry about that. Take one hand down to the side and give me a lateral bend. Other arm curls over, breaking the back at the heart as you exhale. So each time the exhale comes in, Now, since you're so close to the mat with a seated pose, sometimes I'll bounce. I'll bounce down a little bit, bounce back up, bounce down. It's just lateral bends are more challenging when you're seated so close to the mat. Let's go to the other side. Bring the other hand over and find the other side. You're not even on the block, dude. There. And you're exhaling your way down. You remember from last time we were twisting, right? When you're ready, you can release out of the side bend. Bring either hand to the top knee. Either hand to the top knee. Doesn't matter which. Bring the other hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist toward the back hand. When you exhale again, twist a little more. Breath continues as you try to look behind you. I get stories all the time. I can now back up my car by turning my head. I'm so happy. I don't feel, or when I'm changing lanes, I feel safer now. And you'll get all the movement back in your yoga. Let's release. Switch hands again, right? Twist the other way. Sit up tall, exhale, twist the other way. Make sure you're breathing deeply. Well done. Release to center. Bring both hands down in front of you, right? Both hands in front of the legs. Release the head down in front. As the body begins to release, you can move the hands forward a little bit at a time. Breath continues nice and deep. How's it going over here, Mary? So this is a head to knee, but with cow's head, it's a little different, right? You may not get as much depth as we typically do. Give me a few more breaths, maybe getting the hands walking a couple more millimeters, maybe another half inch. and releasing out, but leave your legs where they are. If you guys can see Harriet, she's now going to bring both hands behind her. So lay the head back, open the heart. And Harriet, of course, is the first chair celloist at the volunteer orchestra here in Tucson. Harriet right here on YouTube. Breathing into the heart, let's lay the head back. Again, one more time, turn it side to side a little bit. Just and give me 2 more deep breaths into the heart. After that, you can come out of this, but leave the legs where they are. So your right leg's on top. The strap, last one of this sequence, strap goes in your left hand, right? And Rose, make sure, unless you may not need a strap. Then Rose, make sure you drop the hand down as far as you can. And then the right hand comes behind you as you walk the hands together. No, you do not need a strap if you can grab hands, like Maggie has over here next to Rose. So this is going to drop. Now this is going to walk. When you can go no further, lift the head up. The head will push back on the forearm, the left hand. Chest opens, and breath comes in. And this is your classic cow's head or cow's face pose that you might see on a yoga magazine cover someday. Right? 3, 2, and 1. Well done. When you're ready, gracefully, and I know how disappointed you are to come out, find child's pose. So child's pose, you're on your hands and knees. Your knees are wide on the mat. Knees are wide on the mat. So your trunk has a place to go. Your big toes are touching. Sit your butt back towards your heels and drop your forearms down to the mat. Release your forehead down as well. And rest. So now we'll move in a few moments into our splits, right? Can't wait to do the splits. I'm hoping Jonathan will take some pictures of the splits. I'm hoping he'll take some pictures of the parrot. We're going to have a parrot pose where the arms are out wide. And then for those of you who don't know, Jonathan is the videographer, director, and editor of Joyful Hearts Yoga Productions. All we have to do now is figure out Joyful Hearts Yoga Investments, Joyful Hearts Yoga Real Estate, right? Joyful Hearts Yoga Car Dealership. And yeah, and then we'll buy this place, right? And everybody will have to do yoga in the whole park. Okay, when you're ready, let's come up. Now, if you need more padding, let me know. I have 2 mats here, and I think that's all. I've got more in the car, but we're going to be up on the right foot stepped forward. So you're going to be on your left knee. Step the right foot up. Now, we're stepping the foot in such a way, though, the right ankle is under the knee. We're going to go through a flowing sequence here, finishing with the splits. Good luck to everyone. When you're ready, interlace the fingers. Elongate. Now, you can look straight ahead or up. It doesn't matter to me. But you might notice you get a little more leverage here to lift out. And since stretching, each time you inhale, stretch, you could feel the vertebrae separating from each other. This is a movement of the spine. You're moving the vertebrae away, and your body is saying, thank you. Bring your head so you can see me. Release your left arm to the left thigh, and give me a lateral bend to your left. Each time you exhale, you're trickling further down. You might notice now, when I mentioned to break the back at the heart, that's what naturally happens when you're in certain positions. When you're ready, bring that left arm back up to the heavens. So you have both arms up. Give me a back bending cobra. As you exhale, lay the head back, push the groin forward, split the hands, and find a back bend. And again, you can't get a 20-year-old spine without doing back bends. It's impossible. You can begin releasing and let the arms go back down to your sides. Look down at your right foot, particularly the big right toe. Step the right foot forward 1 complete foot length and drop the groin down a few times. So we're stretching out the hips, getting ready for our splits. Now leave the groin down and lift the heel off the mat. This is parrot. The heel comes up, not the toe. Lift the heel. So here's that's your toe. I want you to lift the heel. Drop down. No, that's your toe. Lift your heel. Look around. Look around.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
The
other side.
Okay. Come on up, Judy. Open the arms out like wings and see if you can lay the head back as you exhale, trickling back the head. Bring the palms of the hands reaching the heavens and spread no. Your arms are out like wings. Leave them there. The palms are facing up. Spread all 10 fingers. And now you can release the heel down. Bring the groin up. Now, Maggie, you can sit back and lift the toes. And bring one hand on each side of that straight foot. Release the head down, stretching out the back of the leg. And remember, since the kingdom of God is in you, you're bringing the entire consciousness of the universe into the back of your leg. Straighten the leg. That's all I want you to work on. You can do better than that as you back up. We went through this before with blocks. You got to keep working on straightening it until it's straight. Does it look straight to you? No. Well, then. You can also pivot on the heel, tick-tocking the toes from side to side. Give me a moment, Harriet. When you're ready, walk your hands forward until the foot is flat back out on mat. Check that. Walk back again to a straight leg. Walk back again to a straight leg because I forgot to tell you. Bring your right arm up to the heavens. Bring your right arm up to the heavens. Little twist action. Try to look up at the fingertips with your eyes and chin as the breath comes in. Having fun? Gets better.
My new knees look really good.
It gets better. Release down and bring the left arm up to the heavens. You can put the other hand anywhere you want. Follow the left fingertips with your eyes and chin, and the breath comes in. Is that okay if we come down now, Harriet? Release down. Now, you can walk the hands to a flat foot. Bring both hands on the inside of the right foot. Both hands on the inside of the right foot. Walk both hands to the left. Look over your left shoulder and have a look at that back foot, leg, or heel. This is your last pose before you're going to do the splits. And hopefully Jonathan will get a nice picture for all of the world. Breathing here, breathing here. I need a few more breaths, please. Okay. You could begin releasing back to center. Now, you can use a block or not, but you're going to try to slide or walk that heel forward into the splits. And just go where you are most comfortable. But go somewhere. That's it. Keep going, Maggie. You're doing fine. Norman, you're fine. You're off to the side, though, Norman. You really want it straight. This is good for sciatica. Opening the... Now, I was hoping... How's it going over there, Brenda? I was hoping that all of you would want to bring the left arm up to the heavens. Left arm. You're not in the splits. Left arm, come on. Come on, look up at the hand. Get a picture. When you're ready, release. If you get both hands on the inside of the right leg, you can gracefully step the right leg back to child's pose to take a break. Yes?
This is my splits. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to be barking.
Okay.
This next half, I get to walk around the room barking. So I will help you when the time comes. So we'll do the other half in a moment, and we'll work our way up to standing. Don't forget, try to straighten the leg when we get to it. Okay, Ralph? So the pictures are out, by the way, if you go for the retreat. You can go to my website and go to YouTube. We have 160 some odd pictures with music for the yoga on the Oracle. So you can begin visualizing how you're going to maneuver your body. You're stepping the left foot forward. And I don't need to demonstrate, so I'm hoping those of you that weren't able to get into the splits will be able to do that this time. Now the left foot's up, the ankle's right under the knee. When you get ready, let's stretch, interlace the fingers. You can lay the head back or not. But I'm only giving you 4 or 5 inhales. You can't stretch all at once. It's impossible. There's your leverage. This is your classic yogic leverage. You'll see it in all yoga books. It's the best way to get the best leverage. It's the pointer fingers. I'll do it. When you're ready, take your right hand down to the hip and give me a lateral bend to the right. Other arm still up in the air, if you can do it. I'm going to see if I can cool it off in here too. I didn't check that. I thought it was a little warm when I came in. When you're ready, bring the arm back up to the heavens. Split the hands. Both arms are up. Split the hands and give me a back bend cobra. Lay the head back. Open the heart. And you can begin releasing both arms down. Look down at your left foot, especially the big left toe. Step the left foot forward 1 foot length and drop the groin down. Right? Drop the groin down. Now leave the groin down and lift the heel. Bring the arms out like wings, palms facing up to the heavens. Lay the head back. Open the fingers as wide as you're comfortable, releasing back to a little back bend. And when you're ready, come back up. Now, come back up, set the heel down, but now bring the toe up as both hands come to either side of the leg as you release the head down toward the knee. Breath comes in. And Ralph, you're trying to get a straight leg.
That's not how you usually explain it, because you didn't say you don't know what it was straight leg.
For Ralph, him and I have a understanding. Yes. Yes. You can tick-tock and pivot that heel. When you're ready, give me a few more breaths. Bring the left arm up to the heavens. Follow, looking at the fingertips with the eyes and the chin. Looking. You're always got to be working the neck, right? Imagine there's an eyeball on the chin. And then bring the left hand down and bring the right arm up to the heavens. When you're ready, release back down. Hop both hands over to the inside of left leg and walk both legs to the right. Keep on walking the legs. Walk both hands to the right, sorry. Looking over your right shoulder, having a look at the foot. And anxious. Can't wait till the splits because they're next. Look over the shoulder though. Stay in your lateral bend. And I'll watch from back here. Harriet, I'll be watching you do the splits. Harriet says she wants to make my day. I didn't see it last time. When you're ready, release and find the splits. Okay. Stay up.
That's how I
Okay.
do the split.
Because, well, okay. That's close enough. Are you doing okay?
Yes,
What?
that's as close as you're going to get. It won't go any farther.
Now I'm hoping, give me a few more breaths, because I didn't get to see everyone last time. So I'm going to come over here by Helen. Mary, are you okay? I'm hoping you can get your right arm up to the heavens. When you're ready, bring it on up. Looking up at the right fingertips so we can get the neck. I hope Jonathan's getting a picture of this. When you're ready, if you bring both hands down to the mat on the inside of the left leg, you can gracefully step the left leg back to child's pose. Well done. And Mary says there's nothing graceful about that. What'd you say, Rose? All right, so we're going to move our way up to standing. I'm hoping we're going to do 4 standing poses. Crescent pose, warrior 2, reverse warrior, and humble warrior. After that, we'll begin winding down. When you're ready, peek up from table pose. Take a peek. This is what I'm going to ask you to do. Okay? So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to be in downward dog. Then I'll ask you to step the right foot up to lunge. And you'll find crescent pose here. Crescent pose, notice the back ankle is up. The back heel is up, and you're going to come up to crescent pose in a moment. Crescent pose, expressive arms and fingers. After a time, I'll ask you to release the arm. Then you'll turn the heel down in the back. And we'll do warrior 2, we'll do reverse warrior, and we'll do humble warrior. And then you'll await further instructions. Good luck to everyone. When you're ready, find downward dog. Breathing here as you lift one heel up at a time, stretching out the back of your legs. There you go. That's 90 degrees. That's exactly what I was going to ask you to do. You have a nice line now. So I don't want to wear you out, but give me a few more breaths as you're enjoying inversion. Keeping you out of the dementia category. 30 billion neurons of the brain. Pituitary gland, hypothalamus gland, pineal gland of the brain getting oxygenated. Step your right foot up to the hands. If you can't get it there, reach back with the right hand. Pull it up. Try to keep that heel up in the back. And when you're ready, come up to crescent pose. As you come up, arms are expressive, fingers are wide. And you're trying to keep good. Keep the heel up in the back. Try not to turn the foot down to the right. When you're ready, go ahead now. Turn that heel in the back down to the right. Turn it to the right. And now you're in warrior. Bring the right fingertips out front. Look to your left. Make sure both hands are in line with each other. And then look back to the right fingertips. Warrior 2. Now bend the knee. Right? Don't lean forward as much. Look at me, bud. Bud, watch this. You're out here. See where you are? See if you can bring the trunk back more. Turn the palm of the right hand to the heavens and float that hand straight up. Follow with your eyes and chin. That left hand can exhale down the leg for 3 more exhales as you find a deeper back bend. Reverse warrior. Release the arms and straighten the leg. Take a little break on that leg, right? That knee. Was that too soon to take a break? Interlace the hands behind the back. Bend that right knee again and find humble warrior as the head releases, arms pull away from the butt. Maybe looking between the legs, pulling the arms away from the butt. Bring both hands down to the mat on either side of that front right foot. Turn the heel of the back foot up. Step the front foot back to downward dog. And gently come down to your knees and briefly find child's pose. Who knows what's next? The other foot. All right. Take another moment though. When we finish the other side, we'll come to standing and we'll be winding down with a balance pose and a little twisting back bend. We'll do some twisting back bends. It's not often we do twisting back bends, right? When you're ready, come up to downward dog. Remember, for crescent pose, you're going to try not to set that heel down in the back. You step the left foot up to the hands. If you can't get it there, reach back with the left hand and pull it on up. And then you have a nice lunge when you feel like you're ready to go. And try not to turn that heel down and come up to standing. Try not to turn the heel down. And come up to crescent pose. Hands are up. Arms are up. Fingers are expressive. Crescent pose. Heels up in the back. Now, go ahead and release the arms for balance, right? And see if you can't turn that heel down to the left in the back. And now you're in a warrior stance. Let's go warrior 2. Left fingertips out front. Look to your right. Make sure both arms are in line with each other, and then back to the left fingertips. Laser focus on the left fingertips. Left knee still bent. Warrior 2. Looking here. Everything is perfectly in line with each other, and you're looking here. Turn the palm of the left hand to the heavens and float it up. Follow with your eyes and chin. When you get straight up overhead, take the back right hand to the back leg. Exhale the back hand down for 3 exhales. Reverse warrior. You're turning it into a back bend, by the way. Left knee still bent. Looking up at the heavens, Brenda. When you're ready, straighten the legs, release the arms. So the right leg is straight. The left leg straightens. Interlace the hands behind the back. Bend the left knee. Humble warrior, head drops. Umbrella arms pull away from the butt. Head is near the front left knee. Maybe looking between your legs. 3. Now listen carefully. I'm going to get you all the way up to standing. Bring both hands down to the mat on each side of the front foot. Turn the heel of the back foot up. Step the back foot or hop the back foot to the front foot. And now you have both toes in forward fold. You okay? Yeah. Fingertips stay near the toes. There's no energy in the neck as your head is like a rag doll. Get your balance and get your strength back for another moment and enjoy a little more benefit of inversion, right? So as we get older, our organs lose their functionality. They sag, something called gravity. Downward dog, inversion poses help you to restore the usefulness, the functionality of those organs. When you're ready, come up to standing. Too easy? So we did the splits while we were down on the floor. And of course, we need to do the splits in the air. Right? Doesn't it seem reasonable? Right, Sarah Kessler says. So today's balance pose, by the way, will be about 2 minutes in length. And then we have about another 3 or 4 minutes of class. So stay with me. Today's balance pose, Warrior 3. You're going to try, and it's 2 parts. It's Warrior 3, part 1, part 2 are the splits. Okay? So you're going to try to do a Warrior 3. You're trying to get the body, the leg, the arms in line. So you'll work at that a while. Let me see if I can't get close. After a time, in Warrior 3, then go ahead down to the splits. Now, you can bend this leg because you can get more height and more pain to the back of this leg. Right? And this is your splits. And then after that, maybe 5 or 8 breaths in both, you'll do the other leg. Right? Have fun. Now, your feet are going to be better served on the harder surface than the spongy mats. You'll probably balance better on the harder surface. Have fun. Good, Sarah Kessler. Now try to extend the arms. Try to get that leg straight up in the back, Kathy, with a nice line. Brenda, I like it. See if you can interlace your fingers, Judy. Pointer fingers will help drive you forward. I like it, Robin. Remember that back leg is, I like it. Now hands down in front. Bend the leg and drive the foot up to the heavens. No. Bend the knee though. Drive the foot up. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg? Just breathe into it. One minute. Do both legs. Bend the knee, Lynn. Bend that leg.
Bend this leg?
Never mind. 1 more minute. I'm just going to put some tape on the sign so I don't lose it. Keep going.
Oh.
So Warrior 3 is a challenging balance pose in itself, but you guys are doing fine. I'm just going to put a little tape on the sign. Hi, how are you?
I thought it was on Tuesday.
Oh, you're here for yoga?
I've never done it. I want to start with it. I was going to come tomorrow.
I'm Tim.
Hi.
What is your name?
Evie.
Hi, Evie. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, we're filming this class for YouTube.
Oh, you're filming it for DVD?
For YouTube.
Really?
So that all your whole family can see you do your first yoga class. But we only film on Mondays.
Okay.
You'll have to come again at 2 o'clock on Thursday.
2 on Thursday.
Yeah, it's Mondays at 3 and Thursdays at 2.
Thursdays.
Come about 10 minutes early. It's $3.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Finishing up. Beginning to come back to your mat as we finish our class. So we're going to do 3 different back bends. Now, in a moment, where are you going, Helen?
You said find the mat.
Find the mat. I didn't say just as gently as a feather, let us all sit down together. Now, in a moment, you're going to bend the knees, and you're going to take the 2 fingers and the big toes. Then you'll try to straighten the legs. Okay, for now though, well no, in a moment. For now though, you're back on your mat, right? You're in mountain pose, your feet are hip width. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms to the heavens. Look at the back of your hands, lay your head back. We're going to do a back bend. As you exhale, push the groin forward and exhale the hands back. into your back bend. And you can't get a 20-year-old spine without back bends. It's impossible, but everybody should be walking around with a 20-year-old spine. Yoga will bring back all that youthfulness. Give me 2 more breaths. Release. Bend the knees and get the 2 fingers like you just saw me do. Dig them into the toes and try to straighten your legs. If your legs don't straighten, just keep trying. Ragdoll in the head. There's no energy in the neck. Let the head go. So we're not only stretching the legs, we're stretching the spine. As we get older, something called gravity compresses the vertebrae together, and this is a movement of the spine. One of 7 different ways we're going to move your spine. This is your grip. This is the grip inside.
Are these the 7 deadly sins?
Lynn wants to know if these are the 7 deadly sins. I don't know. When you're ready, release to standing. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to bend the knees and step on the hands, maybe getting the big toe all the way up to where the wrist bends. And if you notice, my thumb and pinky finger on the outside of the feet, and then you'll try to straighten the legs. For now, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and find another back bend. Straight back. But we're going to turn this into a twisting back bend. So don't go any further back. Now, I want you to twist to your right. And then stop there, and then exhale your way back. A twisting back bend. Now go back. It's not often that you do twisting back bends. And this brings the youthfulness back to the spine. Good. We have about 1.5 minutes left in class. Stay with me. Keep your focus. Keep your awareness. You can now release the center. Release the hands. Bend the knees and step on the hands like you saw what I did a minute ago. And when you get down there, try to stretch the legs. If the legs are straight, then pull your head down to the mat. No energy in the neck. The neck is like a rag doll, right, Linda? And breathe. Three. I'm going to count 3, so give me some last minute pulls. 3. Give me some pulling. 2. And 1. Release. In a minute, we'll do our last one. I'm going to ask you to bring the hands on the outside of the feet and under the heels. Then you'll try to stretch the legs. When you're ready, though, before we get there, we'll do a little back bend to the left, right? Give me a little back bend first, straight back. Get a little back bend going, and then turn to your left this time, remember? When you feel like you have your twist, then exhale back. Don't go too far. It's not often we do twisting back bends. But you're twisting to the left some, at least minutely, and then going backward. Breathing through the nose. When you're ready, release. Go back to center. Bring the hands under the heels, like you just saw me do a moment ago. You guys did a great job today. This is the last pose of the day. Helen. Breathing here.
So we can sit down?
Yes. Harriet wants to know if we can sit down.
Don't give him any ideas.
Bringing in the stretch now. Pun intended? Yeah, why not? 3, 2, really pull it. And 1, well done. Just as gently as a feather, let us all sit down together. So now finding the most important pose in 5,000 years of this science of health. Your last 5 minutes of rest. Shut the eyes down, lay down just like you started. If you need to hug the knees in, if your spine is telling you to do one thing or another, go ahead. Otherwise, shut your eyes. I will let you know when 5 minutes is up, and you all remember that since the mind now has quieted, it's 100 times more powerful now than when you came in to practice. If you have any issues you're working on in the body, you can try some affirmations Every day in every way, my knee is becoming healthier and healthier, or whatever your issue. Maybe try 4 to 6 of those, and then rest. As you resurrect to the brand new you, take all the time you need. Stretch out any way that works best for you and your body. Eventually, carefully and mindfully make your way to a comfortable seated position. Ralph, can you hear me? Let's bring our hands together near the heart center. As always, thank you all for such a delightful, awesome effort sharing your practice with me and with each other. Maggie, thank you for being here as we dedicated this class to you.
I enjoyed it and I will be back.
Good. We hope to see more of you, and best of luck with your yogic journeys. Today's closing from the Netra Tantra book of India: to possess the whole universe as yourself, as your own self, is real knowledge and liberation. I hope your day is awesome. Namaste.